What's good, everybody? Welcome into the Early Edge, your daily sports betting brand of record. We are powered, as always, by the almighty SportsLine, the best value in all of sports betting. And I don't know about you, but I am so tired of the negative stories this week, and I don't care what the sport is. So a tip of the cap this morning to Lynn Grant. You say, Coach, who's Lynn Grant? Well, she's about to become the first female to ever win this mixed event on the European Golf Tour, and she is kicking the crap out of the boys today, and I'm here for it. So, Lynn Grant, good on you. Also, final round today, RBC Canadian Open, Rory, Justin, Tony Finau. It's where the best players in the world play. Now, let's look back at what we did on Saturday before we spin it forward to today. And when somebody is down, like this week, the site wasn't great. I'm tired of these soccer plays in the Nations League, to be honest with you. But Johnny B, AB, always picking this up. And Jake Fettner, are we finding a star? Are we finding a star? So many green check marks. Plenty more on college baseball coming up in a couple of minutes. But let's bring in the stars of the show. Kevin White says, Coach, let's cash today. And that's exactly how I feel. Now, first and foremost, he named this show. This is his show, live from Nashville, Tennessee, the penthouse level. M Squared, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Coach. Good morning, everybody. Sunday brunch, you know it's my favorite. I love Sundays now. We got the early baseball. I don't really bet on it, but it's fun to watch baseball at 10:30 in the morning here. So let's do it.
It really is. And I'm learning probably the hard way. And we preach it all the time. Sunday baseball, very, very difficult. And one of the men who teaches us that, we call him Johnny B. John Bowman. Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning, Coach. They've got these new 11:30 Eastern Peacock games, and apparently they're playing them in Central Time Zone too, which means 10:30 local games. I'm not complaining. As Mike said, I'm not going to bet on them, though, but hey, that just means more baseball all day.
I'll be honest with you. Whenever I'm working on the East Coast, like right now I'm in Florida, it throws me off because I'm used to games at 9 a.m. where I live. I'm used to games at 10 a.m. Waiting till noon. What is that you guys live in here on the Eastern Central Time Zone? Now, speaking of the West Coast, we've got a great race out there today. So we bring in one of our favorites, Micah Roberts. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, gentlemen. Looking forward to all the winning selections, the college baseball. John, my goodness, that is a monster day. I'm sure you probably had a couple more on the side too, but congratulations on that.
Thank you very much, Mike.
Awesome. Appreciate that.
Hey, Johnny, I can thank for you. I can speak. You don't need to speak for yourself. All right. Hey, how about a shout out in the chat? Where did it go? Thomas says, hey, it's 10 p.m. here in Australia. Let's go. I love this show.
Boy.
We are worldwide, baby. We are worldwide here at the Early Edge. So let's get into it. Storylines that could affect the betting lines today. And you know when there's games that start at 10:30 in any time zone and go all the way up to Sunday Night Baseball, what is important? Well, I believe the weather is very, very important. M Squared, start us off.
Yeah, we've only got 3 weather spots today. Number 1, though, Arizona, Philadelphia, plus 15% in run scoring across the board. Baltimore, Kansas City, same story as yesterday, plus 20%. And then Tampa Bay, Minnesota, plus 7 to 8%. Just enough to be noticeable there in Minnesota.
All right, but noticeable means cashing tickets most of the time. By the way, once again, M Squared very quietly nailing another over as the weather is causing more runs in a lot of places. So Mikey is all over it for us. Now it's time for the bullpen report. And I got to tell you, we have just stayed out of the way of Johnny B, AB, and Jake. They have just been taking this college baseball thing and running with it. What are we facing today, Johnny?
Yeah, Coach, it's the weather and probably the new balls that Manfred put in. But I'm going to talk about the super regionals today for college baseball. We got Texas A&M. They're the first team to punch their ticket to Omaha. They were the only team out of the 4 yesterday to sweep their series. ECU has now made 32 regionals and 7 super regionals without ever making a trip to Omaha. Well, they have a chance today at home to change that, to go to Omaha against Texas. I think they'll finally do it. We might have a play here later in the day. Cooper Hierpe was scratched last night with an illness for Oregon State. He's one of the Golden Spikes finalists, essentially the MVP for college baseball. Missing him is obviously massive, and I have no idea if he'll be back in today or tomorrow if they send it to Game 3. Both massive favorites in Stanford and Oregon State lose Game 1 out west. Both need to win their next 2 games in a row to advance. And Tennessee looked like themselves again yesterday. They returned Drew Gilbert to the lineup again today. I do think this game will be much closer than the first two games, but I am also interested to see how Tennessee responds.
By the way, I actually tweeted this morning. The response that Tennessee had yesterday after losing their first game, I wouldn't want to be in their way for anything. Who was the dude who hit the home run that just hit himself in the chest with the bat after
Jordan
he hit
Beck threw the bat down?
That was one of the sickest things I've ever seen. Don't get in the way of Tennessee. I don't care what their odds are today. I'm playing Tennessee. Stop it. All right, now, I love West Coast racing. Love it. Micah, talk to me.
Yeah. Hey, guys, if I was going to do a road trip and I wanted to say we're going to go to the best racetrack possible, best time, it would be Sonoma Raceway. It's my absolute favorite. Been racing there since 1989, but you got Bodega Bay to the left. Down below, you got San Francisco, great walking city, great cuisine everywhere, great nightlife. This would be the place I would take you guys. And the racing itself is amazing too. This is a 1.99 mile, 12-turn track, left and right turns. And a lot of the guys don't like making it left and right turns. It's left usually all the time in the roundy rounds. And so when you get here, it's a little European style. You've got some guys that are better than everybody. You can see the odds board. You see Chase Elliott and Kyle Larson. They're the two favorites, two fastest in practice, two fastest in qualifying. But I'm going to bet against them. And I've got a lot of other guys. We'll talk more about that. But it's mostly because of the new car, the next-gen car that they brought out this year. I think we can wipe away all the advantages that a lot of these guys like Chase Elliott and Larson had the last couple seasons, because the new car, it's just everybody's equal. There's no edge. And you can try to cheat, creative engineering, not cheating. But that's been the way to have success in NASCAR. And that new car has kind of wiped away any edge that people had in cheating or creative engineering. So we'll talk about a couple bets here. Odds to win. I already played Ross Chastain at 10-1, Tyler Reddick 18-1, and Christopher Bell, he's at 28-1. I bet him earlier at 18-1, but it's qualifying. But it's somebody to take advantage of. Another guy is Kurt Busch at 22-1. I'll have a couple matchup plays here in a minute.
Look at you, Micah Roberts. I'm still trying to figure out the roundy rounds.
That's the ovals, you know.
I know. I love that. I like saying roundy rounds better than I like saying oval. All right, great storyline, but you can't wait for the picks coming up momentarily. But we have grown so big here on the early edge that we got to pay some bills. So we'll get to our board in a second. But first, a word from our partners. And we are back. It is time for our board today, and I want a bunch of green check marks all across the board. So just one play. And I made it clear off the top, I am tired of soccer right now because we can't figure it out. That's why I'm tired of it. But we're going to the MLS today. We're going to go Sporting Kansas City. Take it on New England. 3 p.m. Eastern is the kick. Both teams to score. Brant Sutton, he is starting to show up more and more in our shows. He's one of our soccer handicappers. Has never been on the show, but he makes a ton of picks. If you're a SportsLine member, go ahead. You've got way more plays on the site right now. Analytics, simulations. All of our cappers for one very, very low price of $10 a month. If you're not a member yet, what are you doing? All right, now, when I have the best cappers in the world at my disposal, it really doesn't matter where I start, but it matters to me. It's Sunday brunch. It's his show, and there's nothing I like doing more than this. M Squared. Oh, start us off. You know the drill, son. And for those of you asking, I don't live in a hotel. I'm just a hustler. Give it to me.
All right. I saw the comment in the chat that I don't bet baseball on. Well, we're breaking that rule today because rules most of the time are meant to be broken here. Baltimore team total over 4.5 minus 105 over at MGM. Love the environment in Kansas City. Just like yesterday, air density index all the way down to 54, 92 degrees, still above 50% humidity. Look, Keller has not been sharp. He's managed to make it to the sixth inning a few times here, but 3+ earned runs in each of the last 6 starts, never more than 4 strikeouts. We know what the Royals bullpen is capable of. And then finally, home plate umpire Dan Iasonia, massive over ump dating back to 2018. We have a 250 game sample size of the over hitting at 57%. That is blindly able to tail and profit if you want to on that spot. Give me the Orioles over 4.5 minus 105.
2 very quick things, Mikey. My girl Erica in the chat, she needs 2 overs today. You gave her 1. Is there another play that you're leaning into for Erica?
Probably the Minnesota situation.
Okay. Erica, there you go. Little lean. Minnesota, they've been a great over team. They've been a great over team, by the way.
Buxton
Also,
and Correa should be back in the lineup today, too.
What was that, Johnny, as you're ruining my flow?
Buxton and Correa should both be back in the lineup today, too.
Oh, thank you very much. By the way, also more controversy in the chat. Mikey, did you or did you not crack a smile?
We did.
What?
We did.
History has been made on the the drill, son. For the first time ever, a smile, which leads me into our next play, the bullpen report. We've already had that, but now I want to see what my man is picking. Johnny B, the floor is yours.
Yeah, I can't really help but to smile whenever you do that, Coach. But we're going to go with Giants plus 115 against the Dodgers today. The Dodgers have now lost 5 of their last 7 games and 8 of their last 12 games. The Giants won each of the first 2 games in the series, and it was against the Dodgers aces in Clayton Kershaw and Walker Buehler. They shouldn't have a problem today against the struggling Julio Urias. However, it's the Dodgers bullpen lately that's really worried me. Craig Kimbrell looked terrible yesterday, and I don't think the Dodgers would be comfortable with him in a save situation today. Daniel Hudson and Brusdar Graterol should be the main relievers today, but they've both been gettable lately. The Giants bullpen, on the other hand, seems to be pitching very well this series, and they have the momentum. Carlos Rodon's really only had 1 bad start. I like the value in the Giants at plus money here at home. And then we're going to go to college baseball. I got a college baseball play, ECU plus 130 versus Texas. ECU, as I mentioned, has now made 32 regionals and 7 super regionals, yet they've never made it to the College World Series. I think that changes today. Texas really doesn't have much pitching depth, while ECU can just keep throwing different arms at you. Texas has also looked a bit rattled playing in the friendly confines of the jungle at ECU. ECU's at home. They have the whole state behind them. I like ECU here at plus money.
Oh, very interesting. A couple of things in the chat before I move on. Jairi says, I'm riding the Phillies tonight to sweep Arizona and win the 10th straight. Jairi, I actually like that too. I don't mind that.
I do want to say Corey Knebel was injured last night. They're Phillies closer, so be careful there. But other than that, I don't mind that play.
Best in the business right there. Doesn't even care. Now, just because Johnny has ruined my flow, not once, but twice here on the show, AB, I just don't know. I know I've watched the last 2 nights, and I've watched that incredible atmosphere. I've watched over 7,000 people show up. And today, over 7,000 people will show up again just to have their hearts broken. So before I do this, let me center myself up because I want to make sure that Johnny can see me right square in his eyes. I love the Texas Longhorns today. So Johnny B, oh, this is something nobody would do with a sane mind. Pick against you and AB and Jake. Oh, but Johnny, I just have one question for you. Are you in or are you out?
I've got to be in, Coach. I need my redemption from the Rangers. Let's do it.
All right, AB, hit the music. It's gonna be a showdown. Oh, you're damn right it's going to be a showdown. Me and Johnny B right here today. I've got Texas. You have ECU for the right to go to Omaha. I'm just going to say, Johnny, Omaha's like a second home to me. Like, I know it like the back of my hand. I'm just
second home to Texas, too.
I know. So we're both going to go to meet together, and they're going to say, what was Johnny B thinking? I said, hey, he was betting against him.
We'll see.
We will. I love it. Now, it is my turn. And admittedly, I've been a little bit cold, so I have to change it up a little bit today. So I'm going to go with a play from the tour that I know the best, where the best players in the world play, the PGA Tour. Alex Smalley, minus 118 over Wyndham Clark. Now, Wyndham Clark was your first-round leader at 7 under par. The last 2 days, he's managed to get to 9 under, only 2 under the last 2 days. He's not hitting the ball very well. We'll take Alex Smalley in a head-to-head round 4 over Wyndham Clark. Then, the Yankees on the run line. I know it's dangerous on a Sunday. I get it. But look at these numbers. The Yankees, 9-1 in the last 10 games. On the run line in those same 10 games, 7-3. They're facing a pitcher that last 3 games on the road has allowed 11 runs as the starting pitcher. I love the Yankees to roll once again today. We'll take them on the run line, -1.5, -120. Now, there are very few people that I respect more than the man that I'm putting into the maestro spot today. You want racing? We got racing. Micah, bring us home.
Yeah, Coach, I forgot to mention the tire wear. That's been a big problem. We've seen more passing than ever because the tires have been only lasting 20 to 25. I would, not all of them, like 20% of the tires, but that's enough to stop the race, restart, reshuffle, and get lots of passing with everybody else. So more passing than ever. Second road race of the season, second of 6. We've had 11 different winners in 15 different races, 4 drivers, obviously, with 2 wins each. And Kyle Larson hasn't won since Fontana. So he's a guy I'm going to pick on in one of these matchups here. He's won the pole 5 straight times at Sonoma. He won last year, but again, we got new tires, we got new car. And, you know, for whatever reason, Larson won 10 races last year. It's kind of like a slowdown now. So I'm picking against him. Kyle Busch, he's a 2-time winner at Sonoma. He was the fastest in 10 consecutive lap average. Only 9 drivers ran that, but it showed me that he had speed from lap 1 to lap 10, almost equally the same, better than everybody else that at least did it. So that's an edge there, +105 against Kyle Larson. Then we have Christopher Bell. Did not practice well, did not qualify well, but they've had a chance to work on their car. They're going to be really good here. They've been really good the last 2 seasons on road courses, but the one that counts the most is the Circuit of the Americas, which is the only road course run on this season in NASCAR. And Christopher Bell was 20 there. He also won his only cup race last season on the Daytona road course, and he was also a top 5 at Road America. So we got him against Daniel Suarez. Suarez qualified well, looked well, but they can't put a string of races together. This is a pretty bad number, in my opinion, just because of the start position. They're going to be reshuffled because of the tires. You're going to see some tire damage, and that's probably some of the things that's hurt Larson a lot. He's been a recipient of bad tires or staying on the tires too long. So now this decision, it used to be fuel, you come into pit. Now you have to worry about your tires. So there's a lot of decisions. We'll see different strategies throughout the race there, but definitely Christopher Bell +130 over Daniel Suarez. Those are the 2 favorite ones I have today. And also Kurt Busch as well. He was number 2 in the best 10 consecutive lap average speeds. He's a guy I like 22-1 to win as well that I've added on today.
All right. You can't ask for any more racing picks than what Micah just gave you. By the way, there's a lot of drama in the reality TV world. Speaking of the Bushes, Kyle Busch, he had a reality show last year. They ditched it. Austin Dillon, who was in that show, now has his own reality show, and it's on USA Network. So no more Kyle Busch in the reality TV world. I like that kind of stuff. I don't know. I like the drama. I like when people don't get along, but then come back together. So speaking of that, grab your paper, grab your pencil. Here is the recap, courtesy of AB on the 1s and the 2s, and it looks absolutely glorious. And I love how active you all have been in the chat today. I love good, positive Sundays. So M Squared on 1 play today. And you know, if he's making a baseball play today, he loves it. Orioles team total over 4.5 -105. Then Johnny B. He's going to go 1-1. What can I tell you? Giants money line +115. East Carolina money line +1. I don't even know. I may agree to pay him the juice because I'm not going to lose anyway. We'll see. We'll see. Then Micah 2.
I don't need it, Coach.
Okay, that's 3 times you've ruined my flow. Christopher Bell over Daniel Suarez, Kyle Busch over Kyle Larson. Then if you're going to cash with me, hey, we got to get back on the horse. I know that. Yankees on the run line. Then round 4, head-to-head, Alex Smalley over Wyndham Clark. And then 1 play from SportsLine itself, Sporting KC, New England. Both teams to score -140. However, there is a very big thing happening today, and we need to get a little bit deeper. AB, show your face. Where's that big old fat smile I love so much? There it is.
Right? What, boys?
Oh, man. I know you and Johnny B are walking around. You're walking the streets of Nashville telling everybody 17-2 last weekend, 11-2 on Friday. We get it. We get it. But today, yesterday doesn't matter. Friday doesn't matter. So educate us, please, sir.
Yes, sir. So, look, it's blue-collar mentality around here, right? Hard hats, lunch pails. We're not talking records, nothing. Because you know what? The next day comes, it's wiped off the board. Anybody in sales, you know that. But look, we got 3 plays today. We're going to hit them. What we've got here is this. First, we've got North Carolina, Arkansas over 10.5. All right. Understand there's a trend that we're playing here. Southern Miss, Ole Miss over 10. All right, so those two. Each team that lost game 1 came back in game 2. No, Tennessee scores 12 runs. Virginia Tech scores 14 runs. Texas scores 9 runs. That's on their own, right? And you've got the other teams that are scoring runs too. So we're going to play those 2 overs. Now, the third one, Ole Miss. There's no team in the country hotter than Ole Miss. We've been saying it for 2 weeks. These boys are hitting everything out of the park. And as we talked about before it started, it's a rivalry in state against Southern Miss. They played against each other in high school. They know each other's girlfriends. Like, they have no problem being in Hattiesburg and shoving it, well, somewhere. Right now, I also want to say this, Coach. Here are the remaining plays that we have in college baseball, okay? And let me pull these up here. So what we have is this. You see Fettner, you see Bowman, you see me. All right, so take a look here. Arkansas wins series, Arkansas, North Carolina over 2.5 games. With Arkansas winning the first game yesterday, we're guaranteed minimum to hit 1, and we could hit 2. Same thing. Ole Miss wins series. They won game 1, guaranteed 1 of 2. We could hit 2, plus we got them on the money line here today. You see Texas win series. Like, we've got plays all over the board here. So, yeah, we're all set, baby. It's going to be a good Sunday at college baseball.
Real quick, though, because I know how you and your buddy Johnny like to have your little thing over, talking about your college baseball. What do you make of my little showdown today with Bowman?
I love it. Like, Texas is a tough team that you don't want to play in game 3, man. They've got arms, they've got bats, and these boys have been there over and over and over. They live. Their second home is in Omaha, right? Like, Texas, they're a good team.
Johnny, see how fast your boys just backtrack away from you when you see what's happening there? Oh, hey, B is just running backwards as fast as he can. It's okay. It's okay.
All good. It's all good. I will say, I think this will be the most competitive game of the slate today. So I think this is the perfect game for a showdown. So
keep talking yourself into it. AB, what did you have there?
I was going to say, before I jump out, and it's been a great show. You guys crushed it. The best part about the game today is that ECU's park is like 300 feet. Like, there are going to be bombs hitting all over the place, man. It's going to be a really fun game. Great show. Nice work.
I'm going to close the show with this because I love my wife, 0007. Apparently, he's got the line that Johnny Bowman lives for. Hello, Coach. I'm back, and I'm just trying to get better. Well, there you go, Johnny. There you go. That's for you. That's for you. Because that's what you're going to say tomorrow. That's what you're going to be saying tomorrow. Hey, I'm back. I'm just trying to get better. All right. What a great show today. Hopefully you guys all had a lot of fun too. Now, let's be positive. Let's push it forward. Let's pay it forward. We don't need to be negative. This should be fun. So there's only one thing left to do. And I believe you all know what that is. On a Sunday brunch version, you got your march. See what I did there? Marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window. For my entire crew, I love them all. M Squared, AB on the ones and the twos, Micah, even Johnny B, ruining my flow not once, not twice, but 3 times. Still love him too. I am the coach. We're here 7 days a week, 365 days a year. It doesn't matter the sport. It does not matter the day or time. We grind, and we grind for you. Have a great day on the early edge. See ya.